Hey soul family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we're taking a look at what your spirit guides want you to know. And to do this reading we are going to be picking 3 piles together. I already see pile number 1 sticking out. Let's pick that one up. So 1, 2 and 3. Let's see what we have for today's reading. For pile number 1, you have choice. For pile number 2, you have protection. And for pile number 3, you have independence. If you like to pick with crystals, let me add these right now. There we go. So for pile number 1, we have the blue agate. And this is what your crystal looks like. For pile number 2, we have the amazonite. And this is what your crystal looks like. And for pile number 3, we have the rose quartz, and this is what your crystal looks like. So, take a look at which one of these 3 piles or 3 crystals you're the most drawn to. And that's probably the pile for you here today. If you feel drawn to more than one pile, perhaps there is more than one message for you from your spirit guides. So always trust your intuition. Like I always say, it's your magic that always leads you to the right reading. So let it lead the way, whether you're just drawn to one pile, several, or perhaps even all. Listen to it. It will always guide you to the right readings. And as usual, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times and I'll see you in your readings. Hey soul family, welcome to your shuffling and card picking process. It is so lovely to have you here as we prepare for your piles. Today we're preparing for the reading what your spirit guides want you to know, and these are the decks that we will be using for today's reading. Let me introduce them to you. On the left are the oracle decks, and on the right are the tarot decks that we will be using for this reading. All right, so let's now begin setting our intention for the reading today. And we want to know for the 3 piles, please, what do their spirit guides want them to know in today's reading? What do their spirit guides want them to know exactly in today's reading that will be very useful for them, that will help relief, that will help them know about something? What is it that their spirit guides want them to know? Let me go one more time. There. I feel this one. Okay. So 1, 2, and 3. we'll be taking 2 cards from each of the tarot decks for every pile. I feel this one. There we go. I really love this deck. It's very expressive, full of details, both light and shadow. Perhaps a little bit more on the shadowy side, but I feel like it's the kind of shadow that really helps pinpoint exactly what could be wrong, what we're not noticing, to help bring it into the light and fix it. I love the Nicoletta Ceccoli tarot deck. Okay, and I felt drawn to use it for today's reading, so I picked it up. When I prepare for a reading, I usually look at tarot and oracle decks as tools and see which ones can help as a tool bring out your messages from the spiritual world to you. And sometimes some decks really call out to me. They feel like I get this strong intuitive hit that this has to come out today, although I'm not planning for it to come out. And this is how I usually plan for the decks. So guys, if you're watching this preparation process, we have the Page of Swords. There's a specific message here for you today. See, it looks like at the moment you're navigating quite a difficult situation, maybe even a painful one with the sword here. You know, the interesting thing about the situation that you're in is that any mistake and you could fall. Something is really highly at risk here. And at the same time, the opposite of not falling is to endure walking on something that really hurts, very risky. But here is the thing. I see here with this Page of Swords that you're about to finish this difficult phase in your life, this difficult situation. Your spirit guides are saying you're really about to end this. And in fact, the door bell is ringing. I feel like there's an opportunity perhaps that's coming in for you that's going to help you out one way or the other. Although perhaps you are expected to finish this on your own, and you will, but there seems to be an opportunity knocking on your door or something about to come in for you that will really help make you feel very stable. You are about to end this terrible phase of your life or terrible challenge. You're about to get into safety, and it's about to get much, much easier for you. For the time being, you're being advised to make the wise decisions, you know, perhaps educated decisions or the cerebral decisions that you know are right for you. To endure just a little bit more, do the right thing, and you're about to come out of this very difficult, risky, or challenging situation. All right, that was clearly a message for you guys watching this preparation pile. But obviously it was very important, not only because the card fell. I felt like there was a lot of things, coincidental things that happened at the same time as this card fell. The door rings, you know? So I really felt it was an important message for you guys. Okay. heard in my mind, I got this in intuitive sentence, if you will. What you don't see coming. So it looks like there are things coming in your life that you're not expecting the slightest bit at all. These things are really going to be helping you out. You know, in fact, channeling this topic of what you don't see coming, although I've done it recently, it hit me as I was preparing your pile just right now, and I feel maybe this is going to come up in your readings, maybe not, I don't know, but you're meant to hear this. And I will also be doing a reading about this since it hit my mind like this. It's obviously meant for you guys. So look out for what you don't see coming as a reading coming up soon. All right, so let's now I'll write the topic down as soon as I finish preparing for your piles. So that is pile number 1. There we go. With the blue agate. This is pile number 2. With the Amazonite. Wonderful. And pile number 3. How about we push it down a little bit? There we go. So that's pile number 3 with the rose quartz. So your 3 piles are now ready for today's reading. Thank you so much for spending this time with me, for sharing your energies with me. I love it. I feel it every single time. Love you guys very much. Thank you for being around, and thank you for being as beautiful souls as you are. And let's get straight into your reading. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the blue agate as well as the choice card. This card is Mars in Libra, and this is what it looks like up close. Also, we can see the 7th house there. Let's keep it to the side for now and see exactly what your spirit guides want you to know in today's reading. We'll be starting off with your oracle cards. First, let's check out what you have. You have relaxation. How interesting. Okay. So we have choice. We have relaxation with the harvest moon. Okay. You also have uncovering treasure. Beneath the surface lies great bounty. Wow. Okay. This is really cool. Let's keep it right there. I feel like you have 2 choices here. And you have the crow and dogwood with intelligence. Okay. Let's take a look at your tarot cards, my dear pile number 1. You have the Queen of Swords. Taking a decision without emotions. My dear pile number 1, it looks like this is a very strong message for you today. Seems like you need to make a decision. One decision that you can take is very hard on the heart. But the other, very easy on the heart, perhaps will let you relax and feel free, but it's not going to allow you to uncover the amazing things that can come for you. So you have the Three of Cups. You have the Four of Swords. Tough choice. Looks like you really want to rest here with the Four of Swords and this relaxation card. You have the World card. Interesting. And you also have the Ten of Swords. Again, World card, Ten of Swords. They're all showing an end of a certain cycle. I see some sort of betrayal here, because these are the oysters in Alice in Wonderland. We'll get to that in a second. You have the Death card. You have the Queen of Hearts going off with their head. Something is highly at risk here for you, my dear pile number one. Highly at risk. And it can either go very wrong or it can go right. We have the cat here, the Alice in Wonderland cat, showing up as, what is it called in Greek theater? Deus ex machina, which is a character that comes in theater that interrupts the show, that comes up with a solution, an advice, or that saves the day. So you have a very, very strong message from your spirit guides, showing you that you really have in your hand the power of choice. Your spirit guides cannot make that decision for you. They are only here to show you maybe what you cannot see, to let you know what could happen, to support you. But at the end of the day, how your future goes is totally up to you and in your hands. And they're really wanting you to see things that you may not be really seeing it exactly maybe right, or you don't know what's going to happen in the future, and they really want to show you what you may not be seeing so that you take the right decision without it being emotional. You have the Knight of Swords, and you have the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so my dear pile number one, your reading is so clear. The betrayal here is actually betrayal to yourself. You know, with the oysters here in Alice in Wonderland, where they were guiding the oysters, pretending to help them out. Do you remember that? And then they turned out to eat these oysters, these baby oysters at the end. So there's a betrayal going on here. And we see a lovely meal, a delicious meal that they've enjoyed eating. And so here you are advised to make the right decision, because although if you follow your heart, and by heart it doesn't mean your intuition, it means follow what is easier to do at the moment. Although you may not want the results of what is easier now, it could lead to you betraying yourself greatly, because you can end something for yourself that could otherwise turn into something amazing. Again, we see here with the Death card, the Queen of Hearts going off with their heads. Your real risk here, it seems, my dear pal number one, with relaxing at the moment, or taking a break, or deciding to stop before you get your potential. Your spirit guides are letting you know that you do have the freedom of choice, but making the right one now is crucial to your future. Because with the harvest moon in your reading here, it looks like you're about to finish something. You're right about to reap the results of all of the hard work maybe that you've done, or everything that you have built up to this moment. You're right about to relax and finally rest and get amazing. See, with uncovering treasure that is beneath the surface lies great bounty. Shows that there's so much that you cannot imagine that is coming up as due to your hard work. And the reason I say hard work is because that's the harvest moon here. with the harvest moon, you put in the work, you put everything in, and then you reap the results during the harvest moon. So we're seeing that this reading is not talking about you about to begin something. You're nearly towards the end actually here. You've worked hard, you put in the effort, you've done magical things, it seems, that may have been crazy to think of with all of these stars. It's like you've aced things, you've done a magnificent job, and you should really be proud of yourself. So your reading shows, don't maybe ruin it or mess it up for yourself and betray yourself right before the end, right before you're about to get the results and finally rest with the Four of Swords. It looks like to me from your reading that you have just a little bit left to go. In fact, this is surprising because during the preparation process, if you want to watch it, it's down in the description box. There is a timestamp for the preparation of all the piles. A card fell during the preparation process. It was the Page of Swords, and it was talking about you being in a risky situation and right about to finish it. And you know, the doorbell rang now, and during the preparation process, the doorbell rang as well. So it seems like this is a strong message for you. You may want to check it out in the preparation process, but if not, this was the message. You're about to end a very difficult cycle, something that perhaps was very painful, indeed, very painful, because the Page of Swords was walking on a sword. But you're about to end this cycle. So don't put yourself in a risky situation. The Page of Swords back then was in a risky situation because they were walking on a sword and they were between two hills. So all in all, I can really see a strong message today of being careful. Also the Page of Swords was right about to get to the other side. It's the same message. I really am inviting you to watch it if you feel called to it. If not, I already told you what happened. You're about to end a very, very painful cycle. It seems like you can't, like, it's so painful, you want to rest already. You're like, I can't do this anymore. I want to rest. And you do deserve this rest. Absolutely. But it's not the right time. You have just a little bit left. Why spoil such great work over one more step? Take that step, finish it, and rest and reap the bounty, the great bounty that's coming as a result of that hard work that you've done for yourself. And don't ruin it at the very end here and betray everything that you've worked hard for, my dear pile number one. In fact, with the Four of Pentacles, we see the idea of preserving, keeping everything that you've done and not letting it go to waste, because you've put in so much energy in that and it's sacred. Don't let it fall from you, my dear pile number one. And with intelligence and the Queen of Swords, one can think it's easier said than done. You know, it's easy to say, do the right thing, do what is, you know, is cerebrally right. But the question is, do you have the power to take that last step? Other than the fact that obviously your spirit guides are saying that you have the power of choice here, we do see with the Knight of Swords that not only do you have, sorry, is this the Page of Swords? This was your message in the preparation pile. This is the Page of Swords. This is not the Knight of Swords. This is the Page of Swords. I must now find this card for you. Hold on, my dear pile number one. There we go. That was the Page of Swords during the preparation pile. And if you watch back, you'll find me telling everyone to make the right choice, to make the right decisions that will help them pass the other side. It's unbelievable how this message is definitely there for you. This was not a coincidence, seeing the cards match up like that. This is a message for you, my dear pal number one. You're really about to end something very difficult, very hard. And the Page of Swords shows us that although it goes really against the heart, it is something that you're fully capable of. This tells me with the Page of Swords to not feed your mind with ideas like, I can't do it, it's gonna fall from me, I'm not able to take that one last step. These thoughts may be your enemy at the moment. Do not think about them. Only think with the Page of Swords about moving forward. That's the only thing you might want to have or should have in your mind at this very critical stage of your life. Only think about, yes, I can. Yes, 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 I can. Of course I can. And everything that I've done was sacred, and I'm not going to spoil it in the last step. Although I'm really tired, it takes one more step. You know how sometimes in movies when the protagonist is really tired, cannot take it anymore, and their coach tells them, come on, it's your one last step and you're free. And they get up, although they're wounded or whatever, they do this one last step, they give themselves and everyone else justice, and it's finally done and they're heroes. What you're going through seems to be, I don't want to say difficult, but it's not easy at all. And it's totally understandable how you feel, my dear pile number 1. I'm seeing your spirit guide saying, we feel you. We see how hard this is. They're patting you on the back and they're telling you, come on, you can do it. One last step. And you're about to get to the other side. You don't understand how much blessings you're going to uncover with that one last step, what you're going to reap because of it. You'll be celebrating big things soon if you stick to the right decision rather than what your heart, or I don't want to say heart, what you emotionally may feel inclined to at the moment that may not be exactly right for you. Remember your message of interruption here. Yes, you can do it. Do not at any point these days or these last hours, who knows what you need to do. Do not tell yourself anything of the sort. I can't do it. I'm tired. I'm gonna leave it. I need to rest. Of course you need to rest. But this is a critical time, it seems, and your spirit guides are saying, don't let it drop from you. You always tell yourself, yes, I can. Finish that last step, rest, and enjoy the bounty. Enjoy the amazing things that you deserve, my dear pal number 1, because of all of the effort that you've been putting in. This is exactly what I see in your reading, my dear pal number 1. I'm rooting for you. I wish you the best of luck. You can do it, pile number 1. You'll see that you'll be reaping amazing results very soon. This is what I see in your cards exactly. And if you've enjoyed your reading, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Also, if you enjoy Zodiac Tarot readings, make sure you check out my other channel. It's the first link in the description box. By the way, I've just released yesterday all the zodiac signs for the reading of mid-December towards the end of December. I hope you guys enjoy it. And finally, if you enjoy what I want to say, please don't forget to check out my productivity book. This book could really help you out in the new year to set goals for yourself and to actually achieve these goals easily, simply, all while having fun. This book is small, straight to the point, and so you won't procrastinate or waste time reading it, but you really find that it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person right away, all while enjoying the process. And so if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. There's also an audiobook if you love listening to your books. And my dear pal number 1, it was such a pleasure doing this reading for you. I'm rooting for you. Your spirit guides are rooting for you. Come on, one last step and you're going to do amazing things. All the best of luck, my dear pal number 1. And I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the Amazonite as well as this protection card. It's the Moon in Aries in the first house. Let's keep it to the side. Very intrigued about your reading today, pile number 2. I wonder what it's going to be about, especially that we have protection with the Amazonite. It shows that there is clearing of air with the Amazonite from bad energy, helping protecting you perhaps from something. Let's check out together. We'll be starting off with your oracle cards first and see what this is all about and what they want to say to you. You have blessings. Okay, that's so sweet, pile number 2. You also have choosing your path. All is possible. Beautiful. Okay, that's really wonderful. You also have the snake and fern with starting over. Your message is so clear, but I feel like we need more information. So let's take a look at your tarot cards. I can kindly see the situation with the snake, the blessings, the protection, the Amazonite, but as I said, let's first take a look at your tarot cards. So you have the 5 of Wands. Absolutely. You have the 10 of Pentacles. Ooh. My dear pile number 2, your message is very strong here today. I love your message. You have the Justice card. Oh, this one first, okay. You have the Knight of Swords. The Lover's card. Interesting. Ooh, interesting. All right. You have the 7 of Cups. This is a very significant card because it fell in your reading. Your reading, the more we look at your cards, the deeper the message is. And you have the 5 of Wands. You have the 5 of Wands twice, and I see what this is about. You also have... Whoa, what's up with your reading? And you have the 3 of Swords. Someone stabbed you in the back. Look, my dear, or in the heart, actually. My dear pile number 2, your reading is very specific. It's talking about the next chapter of your life. You have been dealing with a snaky person, a specific person. This person was really your shadow. They were there in your life. You may have been thinking, why do I have trouble with this specific person? Why are they bickering with me? Why are they creating trouble? Why are they there making my life a misery? First of all, I'd like to tell you that this chapter is finito, my dear pile number 2. Your reading is clearly saying this chapter is over. You're about to be protected from this person. You are now able to choose your own path, your own life, to do what you want, and this person will be in the past. But what I see here in the Justice card, this person was also your shadow. They were a parent in your life. They were very in your face, in your life, causing these troubles because they were meant to show you your shadow right in your face. It was facing you, looking at you in the eye, telling you this is your shadow, this is what you're suffering from, and you need to grow past this pain or past this maybe personal challenge and to become stronger or do something in a much different way. With the Justice card, this shows me that you have indeed succeeded in this spiritual challenge. You have really grown and you have developed a lot of strength. And the reason I say that is because the Knight of Swords is a very courageous person. The Knight of Swords goes after what they want, especially says what they want, shares their ideas freely. Whether it's going to hurt someone or not, they say what is right. And so here I see it was some sort of necessary trait that you were building here with you speaking up, you doing what is right for you. Because it looks like to me here with the Five of Wands, that's what I've noticed from the very beginning. Do you see how this person is sharing apples despite of the fact that this dragon seems very, I don't want to say evil, but unfriendly. And they keep taking, but still rolling their tail around their neck, planning to make you fall, screaming, shouting, trying to bring evil to you. So you seem to me like a balanced, really balanced, kind person. You seem to me like you're someone who is very stable emotionally when it comes to self-love. And this is why you didn't really care about this person's outbreaks, emotional outbreaks, or the nasty things that they've done. It was annoying, absolutely. But you genuinely cared for them because the nasty things that they said did not get to you. You're very you have a lot of self-love. You stand your ground. I really admire you, pile number 2. You look like to me like someone who cares about others because you have a lot of self-love. You are so stable, you're looking out for yourself very well, and so all of these nasty screams and snaky behavior doesn't really get you, not even at all. Perhaps what is getting at you is not the competition itself, it's the nastiness, the snaky behavior, the fact that they betray you in the heart. That is what gets to you. You're looking at deeper things. You're looking at deeper connections, the meaning between the connection between the two of you. And that's why you really were there helping this person. But it looks like to me from your cards that you've been giving and this person's been planning for your fall. And although it's an admirable trait that you give despite the fact that this person may not want the best for you, because you're not waiting for them to wish you well or not. It's to you, it's really about the depth of the connection. You still had to learn. There was this shadow aspect that you were not noticing about being tempted with something. I'm not sure what it is yet. I'm going to look closer at your cards, but apples are temptations. There was a shadow aspect that was appearing in your eyes, looking at you in the eyes, trying to teach you something. Because although you are absolutely right in terms of not being affected by others, you're not helping them to get a thank you, you really want to be there for them. And that's why you tend to give, although the person is nasty, because you're not waiting for anything. You're genuinely trying to help them. There was a shadow aspect that you weren't seeing because we have closed eyes here, open eyes here. The shadow aspect was trying to open your eyes towards something. What was that? See, 7 of Cups is fantasy thoughts. Maybe you were naive about something. What were you naively looking at? Oh, you naive there. So see, this part was right, you helping others regardless. But there was this naivety, perhaps a shadow expectation. So 2 things. First of all, although you want to help others and you're not waiting from them, you have to understand that you also have a right towards yourself in terms of protecting yourself. That helping others is a great thing. Not waiting for them to help you back or to say thank you is a great thing. But you should not forget the first naivety. It seems that you shouldn't forget that there are some people that, despite taking all of this kindness from you, will try to make you fall. So you have to protect yourself and never help in return of harm. I mean, not getting a thank you, pretty rude, but fine, you can help someone, right? But being harmed, that's a whole different situation. And I see that there was this shadow aspect in terms of maybe naivety. You needed to build strength of seeing the world as it is, and not see the shadow here, not compromising yourself. It looks like there is a deep and even deeper layer. I'll get to it as I take a look at your cards. There's a deeper layer than that. Perhaps it is the layer that's the cause of this naivety in the first place. This naivety is a protection scheme from something that goes way deeper. That's something that is way helpful. And that's why you have protection. It was protecting you from something that hurt you in your childhood. Right. You've overcome this. So the first thing I want to say is congratulations. Good job. You've snapped out of this naiveness. Perhaps now you have to deal with the healing process. But you snapped out of something. My dear pile number 2. You snapped out of something. So your message today from your spirit guides has to do with first congratulating you for overcoming this challenge, for seeing your shadow, for moving into the next chapter of your life. And in fact, this is why there's a new blessed chapter in your life. But there is a message of, at the same time, there's healing that's about to happen. Healing that's about to happen. Okay, so let's get to the naive part. Why did your mind start thinking in this positive way? It was, so you had these fantasy-like ideas that maybe everyone's good. Perhaps that's just a thought. Another thought could be, if I could teach them kindness, maybe if I can give them what they feel bad about, they may start to feel calmer and the connection may be calmer, right? There are some wrong thoughts that your mind was feeding you. Oh, or maybe they're not going to harm me. That could be another naive thing, maybe. Naive is such a harsh word. It's not naivety. It's more not knowing, really, what could happen about the world. And I think your mind didn't pick up on these learnings because it was really trying to protect your inner child from a deep wound or pain that happened in your childhood. Thus, giving you a positive outlook, a great positive outlook on life to be able to deal with snaky behavior. Because with snaky behavior, in your case, my dear pal number 2, it stings. It's poisonous. It could hurt you more than it could hurt others, especially in a certain context, because it seems like something happened. Maybe you heard a loud noise as a child, or maybe there was a parent that was trying to discipline you out of love and scared you. I'm not really sure, but some loud noise or something hurt you as a child. And your mind was trying to put you in a safe zone, to show you that the world was beautiful, to heal from that. And although this obviously did do you wonder, you seem to me like a stable, beautiful person. At the same time, I think it was time for you to face that shadow, to let it out. And perhaps this is why you had great difficulty and a huge challenge with a certain person. Now, I do see 2 hugs here, which shows me that you're about to enter a new chapter of your life where you're dealing with much more loving people. The environment around you and the people you're going to be dealing with is much more loving, much more caring, much more profound. It's what you've been looking for. Perhaps you have been taken away from this loving connection with other people. Doesn't have to be romantic, by the way. Could be, may not, maybe, may not. But these deep connections that your inner child was yearning for you were not really able to attract them until you've healed that part, which we said was, if I remember correctly, seeing the world in a positive light to protect you from being hurt from a sting of the past. Because if it stings, it hurts. Now you realize that others will sting anyway, right? And you've got to be careful with who you help and what you do. And see, with the Knight of Swords, now you've learned that it's okay to be harsh sometimes. Because when you're harsh, it's not about you wanting to hurt others, because you really have empathy towards that. It's really about protecting yourself from other people's harshness. And so you really have to be careful with how you deal with others, and never put yourself in a situation where they can hurt you like that. Take advantage of your kindness like that. And on top of all of that, harm you. So you've really learned a very, very deep lesson. Yeah, I've noticed your reading was very deep from the very beginning. You're now entering a new chapter in your life when it comes to your connections with others that are totally the opposite of the harshness and the snakiness you've been seeing here. Now, I see you're going to develop beautiful connections. You've learned to stand up for yourself. You're learning, my dear pile number 2, you're learning to be slightly harsh. And that is in a beautiful context and not in a bad context that you've probably seen as bad before. Because you've been stung so bad, you may have seen firmness as harshness. You may have seen protection as harshness. And so you've protected others from this harshness. Now you're learning that it's not really harshness, as it's about protecting boundaries. Protecting your boundaries, not allowing those of bad intentions they're about to attack you to think that they can attack you. And you're also learning that it's not, firmness doesn't hurt others as much as it used to hurt you with the sting here. And so you're really going through this you're going through deep healing at the moment, my dear pile number 2. You're really going through a purge of purging misunderstandings. You're gauging how things feel like to you versus others. Does it really sting others in this way? Or is it worth it to hurt yourself and put yourself at risk because you're protecting others from something that perhaps they're not as hurt as you think they are from it? And that it's time to adopt firmness rather than harshness. You're understanding the misconception here. It's not harshness. It is firmness. It's being firm. And firmness never hurts. And if someone has bad intentions and it hurts, then perhaps this is their shadow giving them feedback about how they need to adjust and behave better with others. Even if they don't mean anything bad, firmness shouldn't hurt. And if they hurt someone, then it's their shadow showing them something as well that will benefit them into growing, just like you did, my dear pile number 2, just like you did. So give others this chance by not being harsh, but by being firm. You protect yourself. It's like, my dear pile number 2, when you do the right thing, if it hurts other people, it is not really your challenge to deal with. You shouldn't do things in an imbalanced way, harm yourself and harm others, so that you protect others who need to grow. For example, let's say you have a big blessing. The universe gave you this amazing blessing. Let's say you're a very pretty or handsome person. Or maybe you're very blessed by the universe of being super wealthy. Or one thing or the other. You're very blessed in an area. It just happened to you, right? And then you're around people who constantly make you feel guilty for having that blessing. And you keep lowering, making yourself smaller, not talking about it, denying it, maybe even dressing less nicely or not getting the things that you need, and so on and so forth, just to make these people comfortable. Not every day, every single second. And on top of all that, they're still not comfortable. You know why? Because there is a shadow that they need to heal and deal with. And you cannot constantly compromise yourself, make yourself smaller, and not be proud of who you are just because it makes other people uncomfortable. Shine, be who you are, your authentic self. You're allowed to be your authentic self. And if people aren't comfortable, it's really for them to deal with their shadow. And if they create trouble, perhaps it's time to move away from them. And you know what I mean. So my point here is that being firm does not mean that you're being harsh to someone. It just means that they have a shadow to deal with, and they've got to deal with it. It's their choice too. If they deal with it, they're going to grow. If they're not going to feel good. But it's a problem that is not yours, my dear pile number 2. You have your own healing, obviously, to deal with. Everyone has their own healing to deal with. And congratulations, my dear pile number 2. Your first message is that you have snapped out of some sort of naivety. You faced your shadow. You're now speaking firmly. Oh my God. And you're not allowing other people to hurt you, to be vulnerable, to hurt you and make you fall the way they used to in the past. So you're moving away from snaky people, and now that you've built that strength, that boldness, you're about to begin a new chapter of building beautiful and healthy connections with others. And that's why you were probably drawn to the Amazonite, showing us there is a clearing of air in your life. But here's the thing. Although you're about to enter into a blessed life, you're about to build amazing connections, you are about to enter an amazing chapter of your life. Make no mistake. There seems to be purging of old pain as well, is what I'm seeing here. So the cleansing of the water here shows that you might find, with the starting over here, you might find the initial period of purging, cleansing, to be just a little bit challenging. And that's the second main message of your reading. Do know that you're protected. The air is clear. If you feel bad energy, do know and understand that this is now clearing out of the energy, clearing out of the air. Your mind is probably releasing old pains, old ideas. You might feel like things are about to restart. Don't get into the cycle. Know that you're now starting over. You're about to make your own decisions in life. You're about to learn new things. But there is a purging time. There is a time where your mind is now clear. Things are calm. You're blessed. And it's an opportunity for that cleansing to happen. For these pains to be released from your mind. So do know that if you feel bad, if you feel anxious, if you feel scared, if you feel sad, it's purging. Don't get into the cycle of thinking, oh no, I'm stuck in this, be careful. I'm stuck in this cycle, I'm never gonna get out of it. It's not true. You are not stuck in any cycle. You're healing your inner child at the moment. Now that there's clarity and peace and blessings, let this purge happen. You'll find yourself worried here, scared there, sad here, depressed maybe just a little bit there, angry. And so all these emotions are coming out, really healing your inner child at the moment. It's not going to be a long period. I do see you're right about to begin this new path, this new journey. And you're just healing. I see the 3 of Swords here crying. You're just healing from the purging. The amazing news that I see here for you is that at this phase of your life, you're really, with the Amazonite and the protection, going to clear out and heal deep pain that happened in your childhood. This purging process and this cleansing, you're dropping apples, it's like you're just releasing pain, is about to end. Although it might not be a comfortable phase of your life, you're purging, you're releasing, and you are now about to begin a protected, clear, new, beautiful life that is blessed, full of amazing relationships, where you're now standing strong, bold, and you're living life in a totally different way, building it in the way that you want. Such a deep reading, my dear pile number 2. This is exactly what I see. My heart is with you. I'm giving you a hug. I'm so proud of you. This was your reading, my dear pile number 2. Congratulations. And I wish you the best that is about to happen for you. Good job. And this was your reading. If you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Also, if you enjoy Zodiac Tarot readings, make sure you check out my other channels. The first link in the description box. By the way, I just released the predictions for the mid-month of December, towards the end of December. They were amazing. Make sure to check them out. And also, please don't forget to check out my productivity book, my dear pile number 2. This book could really help you out in the next year to help you set goals, write down your dreams, and make sure that you achieve them. All while enjoying the process. You'll find that this book truly holds true to this promise. This book is small, straight to the point, and so you won't procrastinate reading it, but it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person right away, all while enjoying the process. And so if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. There's also an audiobook. If you love listening to your books, and my dear pile number 2, what a reading, what a reading. I wish you the best of luck in this new, beautiful, bold, strong, and healthy chapter in your life. And my dear pile number 2, so hard to let you go. I love this reading for you. I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. I'm already noticing the 11th house. With 11, I feel like this is going to be a very, it's like a divine message to you. I know it's a message from your spirit guides, but it looks like it's going to be a very important divine message here in today's reading. So you have the moon in Aquarius with independence, and you have the rose quartz. Let's see your oracle cards first, before we take a look at your tarot cards. So, my dear pile number 3, you have change. Ooh, okay. You have first light, beginning a new cycle. Wow. Ooh, I love that for you, my dear pile number 3. Okay. You have the hound and pair with loyalty. Love your cards. Oh my. Okay, let's take a look at your tarot cards. So, my dear pile number 3, you have the 5 of Swords. You have the Ace of Swords. Right. This one first. Okay. You have the 5 of Cups. The 7 of Cups. You have the Chariot. It's like you're in a little bit of an uncomfortable stage between two worlds at the moment. You're moving from one world to a new one. There's change happening, and you are in between these two worlds. You're moving towards it. You've already moved from the old life, but it looks like you haven't yet arrived in this new cycle. Interesting, right? So you have the Judgment card. Again, we have the Queen of Hearts. You know how in Alice in Wonderland she says, off with their heads, because they misunderstood the color of the flowers that she wanted. They planted white, she wanted red, and as you can see, they were coloring it, and she caught the line. She caught the line. Ooh. You know, there is a French story of a hound, also of someone thinking they caught their hound killing their child, but they didn't end up killing them. They were protecting them. Something is going on here in your reading. Ooh, okay. You have the Two of Swords. Oh my. See, I told you you're walking between two worlds. What's the misunderstanding then? What's going on here? Ooh, and you have the Devil card. Something is tricky in your situation. In fact, with the Seven of Cups, this may be up in the clouds, like not seeing a situation clearly. No, I need to look closely at your cards now. I think the reason you're between two worlds, because even though you've already left the old world and you're moving into the new world, something from the old life is still, like, there are traits that you're moving yourself from, a person. There's some last things that you have to deal with. So let's say you're moving from one company to another company, for example, right? Or you're moving out of a relationship that you have spent years with, something like that. You're moving between two worlds, and it's a very important stage of your life. But it looks like someone from your old life was trying to hit at you. You know, they're doing their usual thing, naively thinking that they can hit you, that not hit you physically, I mean hit at you, target you. Something is nasty here, and I'm pretty sure about what I'm saying actually. You're moving into another world. Let's say it's your old company, and this person, maybe a past colleague or a manager, still thinks they can battle with you like a cat and a rat. Still, it's like there's denial. They still can't absorb the fact that you're about to begin a new phase of your life, and they think they can still do what they've been doing in your old life, in this new life. They still haven't snapped out of it, it seems. Why am I saying all this? Let me walk you through what I'm seeing. So here, this is of course, this is what I've referred to a couple of minutes ago, of the very famous French hound story, the legend of Saint Guinefort, who this dog became a saint later on because he saved a child from a viper, which is a venomous snake. And so when the owner or the father came, he saw his hound with blood all over his teeth and mouth from killing the viper. So he couldn't find his child and thought that his dog has eaten his child. And out of rage and anger and disbelief and sadness, killed his hound, only to find out a couple of minutes later, hear his child crying under the crib, and then picking his child up and realizing that there's a dead viper next to him. And he put two and two together and realized that his beautiful, faithful hound has actually saved him and saved his child from huge danger. And of course, the amount of regret and deep sadness that this person had to live with, killing his dog who was protecting his child, was just unspeakable. And so this dog was really held in very high regard, like a hero, and was regarded as a saint, became a saint. So I'm seeing this idea of here, with off with their heads, trying to correct something. I'm seeing this idea of you being very faithful to this person or this organization or company in the past. And despite your faithfulness, this person was constantly trying to fight with you, bicker with you, because we see a cat and a rat here. Bicker, cause problems, you know? Lie, change facts, color things in a different light. Troublemakers. These are troublemakers. And obviously you're moving here. You're gaining independence from this type of energy. There's change. You're moving into a new beginning. You're dropping these people or this person. But as you're moving out of this company or this person, maybe you're going through a divorce, this person doesn't quite get it yet. They think they can still do what they've always done to get at you. Even when you're walking out, they still think they're a victim that you can play with, that they can play with. Not realizing that it's serious this time. You're really moving out here. You're out, actually. You're really out. Are you maybe still in the same vicinity as you're making this move? Maybe you're in this same company, but you're getting your papers prepared for the other company or something. It's like this transition where you're going to this new company on a certain date and you're still like finishing up things here and leaving. There is this Seven of Cups. There's this naivety or still living in the clouds, thinking that they can harm you. So sad with this person. Yeah, with this Queen of Hearts, off with their heads. They still think they have control over you. They still think they own you or something. And they're about to get a huge wake-up call here with the Ace of Swords as you're dropping them. Your spirit guides are saying, don't look back. Move away. Don't look back. Drop it. Drop their silliness. Drop the games. Your spirit guides are saying, leave the past in the past. Let it be the way it is. Just let them have their last words. Let them do whatever they want to do. Don't be attached. Don't think about them. Sometimes I can understand here, especially if you're leaving from one company to the other. Sometimes you're like, but what if I don't do this? It's gonna fall, you know? You seem very loyal. I see your spirit guide saying, yes, of course, do your best, but do not give them that chance to hit and bicker with you. Leave the past in the past and only look forward to your future. These people are not really focused on things the way you are. They are very much focused on twisting facts and getting at you and hitting at you. They're in another world than what you have in your mind. I see you have clarity with the Ace of Swords, and that's why you're dropping them. That's why you're moving forward in your life. That's why you're gaining your independence. There's so much clarity to you with the hummingbird. You know, the hummingbird knows where its nectar is. It goes to its nectar every day. So it's kind of like showing me, you know your way, you know your path. Keep moving towards your new location or your new world. Don't doubt it with the Two of Swords. Do know that there are bad intentions with the Devil card here. Maybe you're worried about the work, or you're worried about them, whatever it is. They're not looking at it like that. They're looking at it as perhaps trying to make you a victim, trying to make you fall. You know, their mind and their headspace are not in the same headspace as yours. You're really thinking about things with the Ace of Swords, not just with clarity, but pragmatically. You're thinking about things in the right order. You know, I must do this so that these projects don't fall before I leave. I must do this because I don't want this person or this manager or my ex-husband or ex-wife or whoever to be hurt as I leave. You're thinking about this right. Their headspace is not at all in the same headspace of you as you. In fact, when I see a goat in a reading, it reminds me of the expression greatest of all time. It seems like you're a really beautiful person. We can see that from the very beginning. Not only are you faithful, but you're very cerebral. You know where you're going. You know what you're going to do. And you're heading to a great new beginning. You're heading towards your independence. The whole world is in front of you. And you're about to create great change and great things in your life. You're about to enter an amazing new chapter or new phase or new world. Beginning a new cycle. You're about to make great change in your life. And so, focus on your greatness. Focus on what you want to do, and don't try to pick up news on how they are, what they want to do to you, how they are trying to hit back, if they're gonna harm you or not. Just let them be in the past where they are. Let them live their world, their destiny, and live the consequences of their choices. And drop the past, let it be where it is. Drop the bad intentions, just drop everything. Know that they're in another headspace completely than what you are thinking about. They're in another place, thinking of how to get at you, how to bicker with you, how to make you fall, how to change words. Just let them live these stories. Drop it all and only focus on one thing. The clarity of moving forward, the independence it seems that you're creating, the marvelous new beginning and new world you're about to get into. Let's find out together, my dear pile number 3. What is this world that you are getting into? Can we kindly get more information? I mean, I see your spirit guides were very focused on guiding you to move away, especially thought-wise, energetically, from these people. But there is a mention of you moving into a new world. It's very clear. Ace of Pentacles, definitely a new beginning. So what is this new beginning about for pile number 3, please? How is it going to look like? And what are they supposed to know about this new beginning? Let's find out together, my dear pile number 3. How many do we have? 6. All right, so you have, the Star card. This instantly shows me that you are about to be living the dream, something that you've dreamt and hoped for. You're moving towards the dream. I'm going to leave this right there. You are moving towards your dream. Wow, pile number 3. 3 of Swords. You're moving away from heartache. That's the most important thing as well. The change has to do with you moving away from all of the pains and the hardships of the past and looking forward to something new. I see 3 swords on the egg, which shows me that you were about to begin something before, and maybe they spoilt it for you. And you don't need to worry about them being able to touch you this time or spoil things for you. Yeah, because I see a lot of killing and off with their heads and bad intentions. These must have been nasty people. I see a heart in the egg, which means you really cared about this new beginning, or perhaps you cared about them. You didn't imagine that they would stab your heart like that. So you're moving away from heartache, you're moving away from dishonesty, backstabbing, all of the pains. You're leaving the pain in the past. And perhaps this is why, as you're moving away to the new beginning, sometimes it's hard to just detach like that, especially with all of this investment in pain. But with independence here, we're seeing your message as detach yourself completely and look forward to your plans. Just don't worry about them. Don't feel guilty. None of that. Leave the past in the past and only look forward towards your future. Ace of Wands. All the cards of new beginnings are popping in your reading. Ace of Wands shows me not just the fact that it's a new exciting beginning for you, but it's a beginning of creation. You're about to create something. I'm not sure what it is. You're creating your dreams maybe. Because we're asking, what is your new beginning like? It's a beginning of creation towards your dreams. Wow. You have the Two of Wands. Let's take out the rest of the cards first. Wow, the Six of Pentacles. It's there's a lot of generosity here in this new beginning. And you have, oh my goodness, and the Ace of Pentacles. New beginning, new beginning, new beginning, new beginning. All over your reading. So what are we seeing this new beginning as? It's a generous new beginning. It's very different from the energy of the past pains. See, you have the Ace of Wands with a reptile holding the Ace of Wands. Obviously, a bear holding the Ace of Pentacles. And so here with the Two of Wands, I see that it's a new beginning. Yes, you're creating your dreams, but it's all up to you. This is a new phase where you're opening up new doors for yourself. You're creating new opportunities for yourself. And although it's very blessed, you are going to have the power in your hands to make these dreams for yourself. Meaning that these dreams are open up for you now, but you are going to be the ones to create them. And that's what we're seeing here. But with that comes the Six of Pentacles, showing us that not only are you supported by moving away pains so you can focus on these beautiful dreams that you have and creating the life that you want, there's a lot of generosity. Whatever you're going to put your heart into, your mind, your money, maybe your hands into, it's going to pour generosity back into your life, giving more than what you imagine the results are going to be. So, my dear pile number 3, congratulations on this new phase of independence, of you being free from such toxic energy here. Leave the past in the past. Focus on your future. With the rose quartz, you're going to love what's coming for you as you build this new world. May you have a wonderful new life, my dear pile number 3. This is exactly what I see in your reading on what your spirit guides want you to know. And if you've enjoyed your reading, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Also, if you enjoy Zodiac Tarot readings, make sure you check out my other channel. It's the first link in the description box. I've just released the predictions for all the 12 Zodiac signs yesterday for mid-December, towards the end of December. If you would like to check it out, it's there. And please don't forget to check out my productivity book, my dear pile number 3. This book could really help you out in your new journey, your new year, to help you set your goals, but not just to write them down, to actually achieve them, and to achieve them not just with strength and power, but to enjoy the process at the same time. This book will really help you become more productive, more self-disciplined, and while enjoying the process all at the same time. I mean, it's not about working and being hard on yourself. It's really about also enjoying it, because If you're gonna hold your breath under the water for a long time, how long can you keep it there? This book can really help you organize yourself better and enjoy the process. More importantly, to understand how things work with our minds, how things work to when it comes to being productive for real. You'll find that this book is small, straight to the point, and so you won't procrastinate reading it, but you'll find that it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person right away, all while enjoying the process. It'll really help you out achieve these dreams that you want. My dear pile number 3, especially that we're on the I think the brink is what we call the brinks of the new year. Happy New Year, my dear pal number 3. This was your reading. I had so much fun doing it for you. I wish you the best of luck in your new chapter. And pal number 3, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye.